Welcome to Part 1 of Module 6. Introduction to Project Management. At the end of Part 1 of this module, the participant will be able to define a project, analyze the community problems, apply project cycle management for community projects. The main objective of the National Leadership Engine is to develop leaders who speak up, show up, look up, never give up, lift others up and team up. These can be achieved only when youth engage in projects at community level. For the National Leadership Engine project, the definition for a project is a one-time job, it is time-bound, it has well-defined start and end points. It resolves a real-life problem, it brings about a specific development, and it requires the use of resources. Prior to starting a project for community, it is important to understand what is a community. Generally, community is formed to achieve certain goals or gains. Community refers to a group of people who live in a particular geographical location and work for common goals rather than for specific interests. Community is developed in specific geographical locations and basing on the mutual relations among the people there. Every individual is core to a community. Everybody is a member in the community. It is immaterial whether that person is boy or girl, man or woman, rich or poor. Again, every person is a part of a family or a clan. A society is formed by built on taking a number of clans together. All live under a common social bond of tie. There are a number of levels in between the person and the community. The personality, behavior, attitude, values in a person primarily comes from the family. The family has a vital role in developing a person as a responsible member of the community. Family is the smallest community institution. Clan, society, and so on are integral parts in a community. To live in a community, people have to meet a number of demands. To meet these demands, people form group-based or society-based organizations. There has to be close relations and mutual feelings among these. Are developed spontaneously. There are a number of areas where the people live in the same geographic locations, generally have commonalities. These are language, expression, habit, religious rituals, social customs, behavior and norms. One community is different from the other. To identify the differences, there is a need to analyze communities. The points to consider for analyzing community are as follows. Current norms or values. Behavior, mutual relations, relation-based social needs, mutual communication, social structure, leadership. Gender, literacy rate, economic condition, occupation, attitude towards women, status of men in the society, religious faith and dogmatism, attitude towards change and system for justice. Due to many factors, the social norms that maintain balance are getting lost and social disturbance is increasing tremendously. Social control over individuals is gradually being lost because of social disturbance. Due to this social disturbance, the social and moral values in human beings are deteriorating, which results in the occurrence of many social problems. Some of these problems are poverty, juvenile delinquencies, unemployment, tendency for crime, murder, robbery, corruption, drug addiction, women repression, prostitution, population with poor health, unskilled manpower, wrangling, grouping, litigation, want or deficiency, overpopulation, religious dogmatism, among others. The main causes of community problems are broken social structure, negative changes in attitude, degradation in moral values, negative changes in behavior, degradation in religious practices, rapid growth of population, lack of basic education, lack of resources, lack of communal harmony. Existing indicators of community development help to identify real problems of the community. Some of the indicators are health and ability to work, literacy rate, skilled manpower, proper distribution and management of resources, employment, use of technology, economic solvency, leadership, social awareness, women empowerment, women's participation in economic activities among others. The process for realizing community development project is often called project cycle management, PCM. The project cycle, itself, can be explained in terms of the PDCA cycle, starting with the plan phase where the ideas are analyzed and the development project is planned. In the do phase, that is, implementation, all required activities are done followed by check and act phase where the results are evaluated. The project cycle highlights three main principles. Firstly, decision-making criteria and procedures are defined at each phase, including key information requirements and quality assessment criteria. Secondly, the phases in the cycle are progressive, each phase should be completed for the next tackled with success. And thirdly, the new project identification draws on the results of monitoring and evaluation as part of a structured process of feedback and learning. The plan phase starts with the situation analysis to identify problems, constraints, and opportunities which could be addressed by youth in the community. This is followed by an analysis of the stakeholders, target groups, and beneficiaries, including an analysis of the problems they face, and the identification of strategies to address these problems. From the problem analysis, the objective of the project is clarified and the strategy of intervention for the specific period of the project defined. The output of the planning phase is the logical framework, see Part 2 of Module 6, which is developed using a participatory approach. During the planning phase, the DOS are to set SMART objectives, ensure commitment of all team members, adapt a macro vision, ensure proper task delegation and cooperation, set deadlines, benchmark from others, prepare participants, prepare budget if any, ensure local community participation, seek donors early for any funding required. The don'ts are: don't give false expectations, don't overload team members with unnecessary activities, don't do it alone, don't procrastinate, don't select random people who might have no competence to do an activity, don't give any misleading info, it may act against your project. Once a project has been planned and financial support been secured, implementation can start. The purpose of the implementation stage is to deliver the results, achieve the purpose and contribute effectively to the overall objective of the project, manage the available resources efficiently, and monitor and report on progress. The implementation stage of the project cycle is in many ways the most critical, as it is during this stage that planned benefits are delivered. The do's and don't for implementation phase. The recommendation for do's are: document all info and go for quality then quantity of information, ensure that activities are appropriate to target group, work in small groups if required. Ensure safety of team members when working on the field, constantly evaluate the outcome, that is, are activities leading to desired outcome, if not review the activities. If there has been mistakes, learn from them and also learn from different cultures in your community. For the don'ts, ensure that you don't forget about what was discussed during the planning phase, don't conduct activities that are not appropriate, don't be rigid, instead allow some flexibility in your plan and don't use violence to resolve problems. Evaluation is an assessment, as systematic and objective as possible, of an ongoing or completed project, its design, implementation, and results. The aim is to determine the relevance and fulfillment of objectives, developmental efficiency, effectiveness, impact and sustainability. An evaluation should provide information that is credible and useful, enabling the incorporation of lessons learned for future decision-making. An evaluation can be done either during implementation, that is midterm evaluation, or end, that is final evaluation, or afterwards, that is ex post evaluation. The purpose of evaluation is either to help steering the project or to draw lessons for future projects. For the do's: prepare for presentation of the results for regional and national assessment. Share results with community and potential investors. Involve other interested youth in your project. For the don'ts: Not sharing of results at all will lead to lack of commitment from all. It is not recommended to be, or to exaggerate and or underestimate the work accomplished. Don't give any misleading information and don't underestimate the preparation for sharing results. Thank you for watching part 1 of Module 6, an introduction on project management. Check part 2 of this video for Objective-Oriented Project Planning or ZOPP. Stakeholder Analysis, Problem Analysis and Objective Analysis, Logical Framework Approach or LFA, and Logical Framework Matrix or LFM.